Recently, my friend Sharif came down from Alaska for a visit. We had planned a trip out to the Deschutes to do some photography and to get some fishing in just before the big salmon fly and golden stone hatch. I also invited my friend Kevin and his dog Simcoe to come out with us. Kevin is just getting into fly fishing, and I was eager to pass on some tips and tricks so that he could hopefully connect with one of the amazing native red-side trout that the Deschutes is famous for. Kevin did a great job of taking instruction and really took to casting a double nymph rig with a strike indicator. Unfortunately, he missed a few big trout and instead connected with some smaller trout and some of the steelhead smolt that make their way back out to the Pacific Ocean this time of year. While not the fish we were targeting, it was nice for him to at least connect with something and get more comfortable with casting his new rod.
That plum jam is really good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I would normally seek out, but I like the sound of it.
In Uruguay, they do a lot of like quince.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same texture. It's like that salty, sweet stuff that we were talking about yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It hits those notes.
That's really good.
Yeah.
What was that one again?
Fennel one, Pinocchio una. I'm gonna pick up some of those before I head back.
Right.
Gotta get the goodies while I'm in town.
Mm-hmm.
I think that beer is gonna be refreshing after casting some lines for a while.
It's true.
Reeling some casting, spinning some. Anyway.
You're right.
Keep going.
Casting some lines. And now my response is tight lines, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually like kind of the hardest part about fly fishing is keeping a tight line. Casting is not as difficult.
Ideally,
well,
ideally it's tight from the fish on the end of it.
Yep.
You guys catch the train?
Right in front of us.
Heard it.
Yeah, I've hooked 5 fish and I only landed 1 so far because not tight lines.
You know, it'll come.
Well, I guess that one did fall off. And
Oh yeah. Are they good?
Yeah.
there's like a different kind of almond.
This is a very fun
It's a
spread.
Valencia almond
Wow.
with a thing in it. also known as the Spanish omelet. We packed up and headed upriver in search of better fishing and a new camping spot for the night. Spring is a tricky time to fish in the West, as you are usually battling runoff and you never really know what you are going to get as far as flows. On a tailwater river like the lower Deschutes, flows can be slightly more predictable, but this year the Crooked River received a fair amount of snowmelt, which for us translated to slightly higher flows, but also a noticeable tinge in the water, which can be traced back to the Crooked. All of this amounted to some mediocre fishing, but that's alright. One of the main reasons that I wanted to do this trip was that I had recently acquired a new refrigerated cooler to add to the camping setup, and this trip felt like a good time to put it through its paces and see how it would perform. Luckily for all of us, Kevin works for one of our all-time favorite breweries, and I've been doing some work with a local non-alcoholic beer maker, so we all knew just the right things to fill the cooler with and see what it could do. This is the Dometic CFX5 55IM electric cooler. It is a 55-liter cooler that has some pretty impressive features like Bluetooth connectivity through an app, an incredibly quiet compressor, and can be run on either AC or DC power. Plus it makes ice cubes. I also got the Dometic PLB40 portable lithium battery to power the cooler. This battery is pretty amazing. It features 40 amp hours of power and can be charged one of three ways: AC or DC power or through solar. I did get a 100 watt portable Zamp solar charging kit, but I'll touch more on that in a future video. I found the cooler and battery combo to work very well, and I'm excited to put these to use in future trips. Since Jen and I love to do a lot of camp cooking, having another option beyond our camper fridge allows us to bring additional food and beverages and stay out longer. The icing on the cake is that the cooler and battery fit perfectly in the back of my Access Cab Toyota Tacoma. Finally, it was time to kick back, cook up some carne asada tacos on the fire, and enjoy each other's company. Luckily, we had some amazing beverages to enjoy, and there wasn't another soul around. A winning combo in my book. After dinner, Sharif got all set up to do some astrophotography time lapses and was generous enough to share what he captured. We all came away from this trip having gotten to try new things or to try out new things. Kevin got to break in a new fly rod and is really taken to fly fishing quickly. Sharif got to try a new battery setup for his camera and got to capture some amazing scenery in an environment that he isn't accustomed to. And I got to test out some new gear and I'm excited to see what doors this refrigerated cooler will open for me in the future. All of that adds up to a pretty amazing trip. We'll see you again next time. Thanks for coming along for the journey. Cheers.